Hi, welcome to Ekate's Crossing as we continue our journey with the birthday dictionary. Okay, so we begin with Taurus. I'm going to do really quick and there'll be lots of gaps, but it'll be all right. So let's have a look. Taurus, birth dates, April the 21st, May the 20th. The bull, strong instincts and persevering nature. Stability. Venus, relationships, social values, beauty, love and harmony. The ruling element is earth, practicality, dependability, security and realism. Polarity, negative, receptivity, sensitivity, reserve, the desire for privacy. Quality is fixed, stability, loyalty and endurance. Color is pink, romantic, love and empathy. Food is peas, sweet potatoes, tomatoes, cardamom, apple and vanilla. Flower is sweet pea, lily of the valley, rose red. Healing herb is peppermint, tansy and thyme. Gemstone is emerald, reputed to reveal the truth. Spiritual gifts are jewelry featuring emeralds, jade or lapis lazuli. Gourmet cookware, embroidery kits or specialty garden tools. Temperament. Taurus is the most stable sign of the zodiac and one of the most patient and determined. It is practical, down-to-earth sign, concerned with creature comforts and long-term security. Taurians have a methodical, well-planned approach to life, preferring to leave little to chance. If they believe something is worth having, they can be quite determined and focused until successful. Like their namesake, the bull, Taurians are often handsome people, although they tend to be thick-set and heavier than others in stance and facial feature. If finely formed, they, as well as their sturdier brothers and sisters under the sun sign, almost certainly will be blessed with exceptional mental and physical strength and fortitude. Overall, stamina is a key characteristics of those born under the sign of Taurus. Honest, straightforward, and open-handed, although not necessarily open-minded. Taurians make loyal and trusted friends themselves. If betrayed, however, Taurians can also turn vengeful quickly with devastating consequences for their enemies. They can also be very critical at times. If the mood takes them, they will flex their stubborn streak and stand their ground over a small point rather than give an inch. And if Taurians do not understand something, false pride may lead them to disparage. It is not worth knowing about. Many Taurians have a temper, especially if born on or around April the 26th. Many must fight their biggest battles with this aspect of their own nature. Personal areas that Taurians may need to develop include learning to embrace change and innovation and to be adaptable and flexible. Love and relationships. With their partners, most Taurians are tender and supportive. Ideally, their partners should be similarly appreciative of the peace and beauty that Taurians almost invariably seek to create in their homes. Because Taurians are not usually very perspicacious, they will do well to find partners who are. For instance, the right partner for a Taurian is one who can gently redirect a strong and stubborn character away from poor career choices to those where talents will be realized and rewarded. Interestingly, Taurians may combine a partnership within a marriage or other personal relationship with a successful business or commercial endeavor. Taurians will stick to a relationship as long as humanly possible. They value a happy partnership more than anything, and their home is important to them, so they will do all they can to make it attractive and comfortable. They are surprisingly sociable and make friends easily, but friends are not as important to them as their family. Work and business. Productive and focused Taurians are at their best when using their hands and providing the muscle behind projects to ensure their success. Taurians work hard to maintain the status quo in their chosen profession, often resisting change, particularly if it has been thrust upon them. They value organizational rules and principles and religiously follow stated policies and procedures. Being reliable, patient, tenacious, and conscientious, they are valued as workers. Taurians can placidly work through very long hours when more mercurial temperaments would suffer mental, emotional, and physical burnout. Okay, so next we have 33. Okay, general characteristics. 33s are altruistic, compassionate, and intensely committed to their goals. Venus, Earth, Green, Blue, and Emerald. Those whose birth number is 33 exhibit many of the characteristics of sixes. However, while sixes generally focus on the stability and tranquility of their home life, 33s more typically bring the same passion to their community, the world, or the entire cosmos. They seek to nurture and be of service to all. They are often compassionate to the point of oversensitivity. Disharmony and suffering of all kinds can distress them, compelling them to take action. Okay, 33s can often be too preoccupied with their goals to focus on practicalities. While committed to an ideal of the unity of body and spirit, they regularly endanger the former in the service of the latter, whether through neglect or through a wistful dismissal of their bodily needs. Where the sixes of the digestive, cardiovascular, and nervous systems are therefore frequently magnified in 33s. The stresses of giving of themselves so freely and being so receptive to the unhappiness of others can also cause dietary problems. Some will overeat, finding that excess weight act as a psychological buffer against the external world, while others go on to other extreme eating inadequate amounts of forms of exertion. Okay, so let us continue with the threes. Three's general characteristics. Number 3 is versatile, creative, good-natured, and multi-talented. Jupiter, fire, lilac, mauve, and purple. Gemstones is amethyst. People born with 3 as their birth numbers are bright, enthusiastic, and infectiously optimistic. They have difficulty understanding those who do not do their best to enjoy life at all times. 3's communication skills and quick wit really fail to impress, while the broad range of their interests, their social grace, and their well-developed sense of humour combine to make them popular. This suits them well since they typically love the limelight. 3's are highly imaginative and versatile individuals, and although they may be competitive at times, they are self-confident enough to take setbacks and even defeat in their stride. Though 3's easygoing disposition prevents many of the stress-related ailments that afflict many others, their casual and self-indulgent approach to life can sometimes cause problems. Typically bon vivant, they often eat and drink more than their system can cope with. Fatty food is frequently their downfall, and many 3's have trouble with excess weight and high cholesterol. The stress this puts on their hearts and livers is often worsened by their fondness for alcohol and caffeine. Despite their essentially hopeful natures, 3's who feel frustrated with their lives may be prone to addictions, impatient with their negative feelings. They may try to repress these chemically. Other medical problems that often trouble 3's include rashes, joint pain, and injuries resulting from carelessness. 3's exuberance is often very entertaining to others, but it can also lead them to be treated as if they were put on the planet purely for others' amusement. They're often assumed to be superficial, lightweight individuals with a great deal of style and very little substance. While this is not altogether accurate, 3's tendency to ignore areas of life they find disturbing helps to foster this illusion. Their love of attention may make 3's reliant on others' approval for their own self-esteem. Alternatively, it may encourage egotism. 3's may also lack concentration, self-discipline, and a spiritual dimension to their lives, leaving them poorly prepared to handle crisis in their lives. Their challenge is to develop more fully rounded personalities while maintaining their natural goodwill and good humour. 3's are highly sociable people who are able to communicate with virtually anyone they meet. They attract friends and possibly romantic partners effortlessly. Right, so here we go is Tiger. Year of the birth, 1914, 1926, 1938, 1950, 1962, 1974, 1986, 1998, and 2010 in the Chinese zodiac. So natural energy is yang, natural element is wood, corresponding time is Tiger ascendant 3 a.m. to 5 a.m., corresponding month is February, corresponding direction is east and northeast, corresponding season is early spring. Character traits: charismatic, bold, protective, generous, curious, lucky, courageous, optimistic, idealistic, determined, intelligent, sensitive, benevolent, ambitious, loyal, honourable, and reckless. Personal needs: Tigers need to relax and be pampered, and they need to be persuaded to take time out occasionally from their hectic lifestyles. Life challenges: to appreciate patience and heed the wise counsel of others. Temperament: Tigers have a magnetic, uplifting, motivating presence and many of the qualities of a good leader. Tiger people are born adventurers and optimistic daredevils, full of excited expectation. They know only two speeds, full speed or ground to a halt. They live for the moment, engaging in life passionately and with childlike excitement. Generally lucky, most tigers are able to triumph over all types of misadventure. They demand plenty of space in their relationships, and as few rules are possible in their daily lives, only in retirement do they start to settle down and find some peace and contentment. Love and relationships. Blessed with a sunny disposition, opposed to wallowing in negative, tigers are extremely supportive and uplifting to friends who suffer from ill health or bad times. They love having a busy social life and cannot resist the allure of parties. Gifted storytellers, they are a must at any social gathering, and they love to dress up. Tigers are extremely protective and generous with their loved ones. They're often seen as childish because of their engaging presence and energetic approach to life. They are wonderfully naturally inspiring and encouraging their children, and are often the favorite aunt or uncle. Tigers make great parents themselves, provided they can balance their time with the children with time away from the family home. Tigers are the courageous and passionate lovers of the Chinese zodiac. Full of zest and personal charisma, they romp from one romance to another, never quite satisfied and on the lookout for someone unusual or different. Ruled by their hearts and follow their instincts when it comes to romance, attraction to adventure, and the unusual will keep many tigers single until well into middle age. Work and business. Tigers' key strength in the workplace are their infectious motivation and enthusiasm. With their keen sense of urgency, they like to get things done quickly. They make formidable business leaders who can quickly rise to high positions, provided they follow the wise counsel of those they trust. Their loyalty and compassion for their colleagues will ensure their popularity spills over from their social to their professional lives. Their honesty and desire to protect the less fortunate will often see them take up many causes. They deplore workplace injustice. Ideal occupations for tigers include entrepreneur, actor, writer, union leader, etc. Chinese astrology. If you're born in 1914, 1974, wood tiger, 1926, 1986, fire tiger, 1938, 1998. Earth tiger, 1950, 2010, metal tiger, and in 1962 you are a water tiger. Okay, just take a breath for a minute. Whew. Okay, so now let us look at 22. General characteristics. Number 22 has high ideals and goals and is highly psychic. Ruling planet is Uranus, element air, colors are blue-gray, and gemstones are sapphire. Like 11s, those whose birth numbers is 22 are highly visionary individuals who often influence others. However, since 22 can be reduced numerologically to 4, the practicality associated with that number also affects them. This makes 22s more effective than 11s at putting their ideas into actions instead of just inspiring others to do so. 22s are extremely ambitious people who feel driven to achieving change on a global scale. They have the self-confidence and optimism to take on the most daunting problems, the imagination and intellectual skills to formulate solutions, and the pragmatism to carry them out. 22's compulsive work ethic often takes its toll. Physically, they share some of the stability and security consciousness of 4s, and this often prevents them from being entirely neglectful of their health. Aware of their habit of using food, caffeine, alcohol, and other substances to energize or relax themselves, they can usually ensure this does not get out of hand. However, when their projects are not going well or as quickly as they desire, their bodies do tend to suffer from the effects of overindulgence. Driven by their aspirations, many 22s are afflicted with stress-related ailments such as headaches, muscular strain, constipation, often from an early age. They can also be extremely careless of their safety when preoccupied. While enjoying the fact that they are in the forefront of their field, 22s often feel alone and rather alienated from others. Their emotional remoteness often means that despite their desire to benefit humanity, 22s can be quite tactless, impatient, and domineering. They often believe the ends justify the means and are prepared to ride roughshod over anyone who gets in their way. 22s are prone to intolerance in the face of disagreement, disorder, and the failure of others to carry out their instructions efficiently. They are also exasperated when their associates do not display the same intensity about their shared goals. They must also guard against pessimism when their progress is impeded, and again depression and listlessness once their goal has been reached. Okay, let's look at 2s. General characteristics. Number 2 is kind and gentle and has an approachable nature. Ruling planet is the moon. Element is water. Colors are cream and green, and gemstones are jade, pearl, and moonstone. Temperament. Those whose birth number is 2 is gentle, amiable people who place a very high value on harmony and peace. Their partners, families, and friends are of primary importance to them and is showered with affection, support, and nurturing by the naturally generous 2s. They love socializing, and their sense of balance allows them to be both entertaining conversationalists and extremely good listeners. 2s enjoy being able to help others with their problems and often intuitively come up with the perfect solutions. Since they find it easy to see both sides of any dispute, they're excellent at reconciliation. The nurturing skills of 2s often extend to taking care of themselves, seeking harmony in all things. They typically eat a well-balanced diet and include a sensible amount of exercise into their routines. Many instinctively choose their foods to harmonize with the seasons and prefer small regular meals rather than feasts. 2s' emotional sensitivity can throw them badly out of the kilter. Their well-being is often governed by the quality of their relationships, and emotional setbacks and loss can often send them spiraling into depression. They may result in overeating, anorexia, addictions, or bipolar disorders. 2s need to be conscious of the tendency and to rebalance their periodic unhappiness by seeking consolation in their friends and through calming techniques such as yoga and meditation. 2s rely heavily on the good opinions of others, making them reluctant to do anything that might jeopardize their popularity. Although they realize this makes them seem weak-willed, they usually prefer this to being considered troublesome and foolish. This overcautious approach to life can turn the simplest decision into a major problem for 2s, and their constant overanalysis of every aspect of a choice frequently results in missed opportunities or greatly delayed progress. To maintain the approval of others, 2s will often deny their personal desires, causing resentment that will flare up in situations that will have little connection to the cause or that may descend into a sustained sulk. The challenge for 2s is to strengthen both their emotional defense and their spirit of independence. Okay, that's it from me. Don't forget to check the links down below. Check the links on my channel. Like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you know when the next video will be uploaded. Take care and blessed be.